Chosen one, this message has reached you at precisely the right moment. This is no coincidence. You are here, hearing these words because your higher self has been trying to get your attention. The distractions, doubts, and noise of the world may have drowned out its whispers, the gentle nudges urging you to awaken. But now, in this very instant, something profound is unfolding. The veil is lifting, and you are being called to rise, to perceive and understand what your soul has been trying to reveal all along. You've felt it before, haven't you? That quiet pull, the unshakable sense that there's something more, something deeper just beyond your grasp. Perhaps it has been a subtle, persistent feeling or an unexpected surge of insight that left you breathless. Maybe it appeared as intuition, an unexplainable knowing that the world around you isn't quite as it seems, and that's because it isn't. You are not ordinary, chosen one. You never were. This awakening, this stirring within you, is not random, it is divine. It is the universe's way of summoning you to a higher purpose, a greater expression of yourself. Your higher self is calling you home, to embrace your true nature, to remember the divine truth that has always been within you. This is a pivotal moment in your journey, a shift from confusion to clarity, from doubt to purpose. The very fact that you are reading these words means that you are ready to step into this next phase of your spiritual awakening. But here's the thing, chosen one, it's easy to ignore these callings. It's easy to get caught up in the daily distractions of life, the hustle, the noise, the chaos, and lose sight of the divine guidance that's always present. But I'm here to tell you that this message has found you at just the right time. It's no coincidence. You've been chosen to hear this now because it's time for you to listen, to acknowledge what's been waiting for you all along. Your higher self has been trying to reach you, to guide you, to awaken you to the truth of who you are. And now you are finally at a crossroads where you can choose to listen, to hear, and to respond. You can no longer ignore the signs, the whispers, or the subtle pulls from deep within you. It's time to step up and answer the call. So I want you to take a moment right now and truly acknowledge the divine timing of this message. If this resonates with you, if you feel deep down that this is your moment of awakening, I ask you to affirm it. Comment 7, B7 below. This is your way of declaring, I am ready to listen. I am ready to step into my higher self. I am ready to rise. This is not just another video you're watching. This is a divine moment that is meant to change the course of your life. The time for distractions and doubts is over. You are being called chosen one. This is your awakening. You are about to step into a new chapter, a new phase, and with it, new revelations that will completely transform your journey. Your higher self has been waiting for you to rise, and now the time has come. This is your call to action. Answer it now. The truth is, you have been preparing for this moment your whole life. It's been unfolding in the quiet spaces, in your dreams, in your intuition. The signs have always been there, and now it's time to embrace them. Your higher self is not some distant idea. It is you, in your most awakened, purest form. And it's time for you to step into that version of yourself. So if you're ready, if you feel that this is the moment for you, comment 777 below. Let it be your declaration that you are ready to listen, to awaken, and to step into your true spiritual path. This is the beginning of your divine journey, and you are not walking it alone. Music. The higher self is the divine, awakened aspect of your soul, existing beyond the limitations of this earthly existence. It is the true essence of who you are, the version of you that is fully aligned with divine wisdom, truth, and purpose. While you may be living in a physical body, operating within the confines of time and space, your higher self exists outside of all of that. It is timeless, infinite, and always connected to the source. This higher self is the real you, the you that is fully awake, fully aware, and fully tapped into the divine consciousness that guides you through every step of your journey. For chosen ones, this higher self is an ever-present guide, always trying to reach out to you. It is constantly whispering to you, sending signs, messages, and nudges to help you navigate your path. But here's the truth. Most people are unaware of this higher intelligence. They live in the hustle and bustle of daily life, focused on the material world and distracted by their surroundings. In this state, the higher self can seem distant or even silent. However, for those who are chosen, this higher self is always present, waiting for the right moment to make its call heard. The key difference between the chosen ones and others is awareness. While everyone has a higher self, it is only those who are spiritually awake who can truly hear its call. This higher version of yourself speaks not through words, but through feelings, insights, and intuitive nudges. It communicates with you on a level that transcends the physical realm. It speaks directly to your soul, guiding you toward your divine path and purpose. This is why many chosen ones experience moments of deep knowing or sudden realizations that seem to come from nowhere. It is your higher self stepping in, offering you wisdom and clarity when you need it most. But the reality is, this connection is often ignored or misunderstood. Many people go through life unaware of the messages their higher self is sending. They get lost in the noise of the world, distracted by fleeting desires, fears, and worries. As a result, they miss out on the guidance that is always available to them. This is where stagnation and confusion come in. Without the guidance of the higher self, you can feel lost, unsure of your purpose, or disconnected from your true path. The lack of clarity can lead to a sense of wandering or aimlessness, making it difficult to understand your life's deeper meaning. On the other hand, when you embrace the voice of your higher self, something extraordinary happens. You begin to experience clarity. You start to see the signs that were always there, guiding you toward your true purpose. You feel an inner sense of peace and confidence that comes from knowing you are not alone. Your higher self is constantly guiding you toward the highest version of yourself, toward your divine potential. It is helping you navigate your spiritual awakening, showing you the way forward as you embrace your true calling. The higher self is also the bridge between you and the divine wisdom of the universe. It is through this connection that you gain access to insights, knowledge, and guidance that go beyond the ordinary. It is like having a direct line to divine intelligence, always available to help you make decisions, find solutions, and understand the deeper meaning behind the events in your life. Your higher self is the voice of your soul, reminding you of your true purpose and helping you align with your divine mission. Ignoring this voice, however, can lead to confusion, frustration, and a sense of being lost. When you shut out the whispers of your higher self, you cut yourself off from the very guidance that is meant to elevate you. You begin to rely solely on your limited human perspective, which can be clouded by ego, fear, and doubt. This leads to a sense of disconnection from your divine purpose and an inability to move forward in your journey. Without the guidance of your higher self, you are left to drift, wondering why things aren't working out or why you feel stuck. But when you open yourself to the guidance of your higher self, everything shifts. You begin to experience life from a higher perspective, seeing things clearly and with purpose. The confusion dissipates, replaced by clarity and understanding. You begin to trust the process of life and surrender to the flow of divine guidance. Knowing that you are always supported on your journey, your higher self helps you navigate the ups and downs of your spiritual awakening with grace, reminding you that each challenge is an opportunity for growth and transformation. Embracing the voice of your higher self is the key to unlocking your true power and purpose. It allows you to tap into the infinite wisdom that is always available to you, guiding you toward the fulfillment of your divine mission. It's not about searching for answers outside of yourself, but about tuning into the wisdom within. Your higher self is the compass that points you in the right direction, helping you navigate the twists and turns of life with confidence and clarity. So, chosen one, remember that your higher self is always with you, guiding you every step of the way. When you learn to listen, when you open yourself to its wisdom, you will find that the answers you seek have always been within you. Embrace this connection, and you will step into your divine destiny with purpose, power, and clarity. Your higher self is your greatest ally on this journey, and it is time to trust its guidance fully. When your higher self is trying to get your attention, it does so in ways that are impossible to ignore. Though often many chosen ones may dismiss these signs as mere coincidences. However, these signs are no accident. They are divine nudges meant to guide you toward your higher purpose. These experiences are the call of your true self, your higher self, trying to awaken you from the noise of the world and guide you on your divine path. One of the most common signs that your higher self is calling you is deep inner restlessness. This restlessness can manifest as a feeling of discomfort or dissatisfaction that nothing seems to quell. It's the sense that something is off, that you're not quite where you're meant to be, or that there's a greater purpose you are supposed to be fulfilling. It's not simply the usual discontent of life. It's a profound sense that something deeper is missing, and the void can't be filled by the usual distractions or material pursuits. This feeling is your higher self trying to break through the walls of your earthly experiences and lead you towards something greater. It's the whisper of your soul, urging you to pay attention, to seek what has always been there, waiting for you. Another unmistakable sign is vivid dreams and visions. For chosen ones, dreams are often not just random occurrences. They are messages, visions from the divine, sometimes more real than the waking world itself. These dreams can feel incredibly powerful, and they often leave a lasting impression on your heart and mind. In these dreams, you may receive direct guidance, see future events, or be shown profound truths about yourself and your purpose. Sometimes these visions will come to you in flashes, in moments of sudden clarity that seem to come out of nowhere. These are moments when your higher self is speaking to you through the language of the subconscious mind, showing you the way when you may not be fully aware in the waking state. If you find yourself frequently having vivid dreams that carry significant meaning, your higher self is trying to get through to you, offering insight and awakening your awareness. You may also feel a sudden urge to disconnect from toxic people or situations. This is another sign of your higher self's influence. When you begin to rise in consciousness and awareness, your energy shifts. You become more attuned to the vibrations of the people and environments around you. Toxic relationships, environments, and situations no longer resonate with your soul. Your higher self knows that in order to ascend to your higher purpose, you must surround yourself with energy that supports and uplifts you. These feelings of wanting to step away from negative influences, whether that be people, places, or even activities, are your higher self's way of protecting you. It is pushing you to make space for the divine energy that is meant to guide you toward your true calling. Trust this inner urge to step away from what no longer serves your growth. It is a sign that you are becoming more aligned with your true self and beginning to move toward your divine purpose. A strong feeling of being drawn to spirituality is another clear sign that your higher self is calling you. Perhaps you've been going about your life, focused on your career, relationships, or personal goals, and suddenly you feel an overwhelming urge to seek something greater. You may find yourself drawn to spiritual teachings, meditation, prayer, or practices that you may have once ignored or dismissed. You may feel an intense curiosity about the divine, the mysteries of the universe, or your soul's purpose. This is not a random desire. This is your higher self guiding you back to your spiritual roots, encouraging you to reconnect with your divine essence. The thirst for spiritual knowledge and connection is a sure sign that your higher self is calling you to awaken to your full potential and step into your true purpose. Synchronicities are perhaps the most profound way your higher self communicates with you. Synchronicity is the meaningful, seemingly random alignment of events, numbers, people, and circumstances that appear in your life. These events may seem like coincidences at first, but when you take a closer look, you realize that there is something much greater at play. For example, you might hear a message from a stranger at exactly the right moment, find a book that speaks directly to a question you've been asking, or see a recurring number pattern that resonates with your personal journey. These synchronicities are signs that you are in alignment with your higher self and that the universe is supporting you as you move toward your higher purpose. When these moments occur, take notice. They are divine reminders that you are on the right path and that your higher self is guiding you. In addition to these signs, there are physical sensations that often accompany the calling of the higher self. These can include chills running down your spine, a racing heart, or unexplained emotions that seem to arise from nowhere. These sensations are often experienced when you are in the presence of truth, when your soul recognizes something as deeply significant. For example, when you hear a truth that resonates deeply within you, You may feel chills or a sense of expansion. These physical reactions are your body's way of signaling that you are in alignment with divine wisdom, that your higher self is speaking to you through these sensations. You might also experience sudden bursts of energy or a sense of heightened awareness, where everything around you feels sharper and more vivid. These physical experiences can sometimes feel overwhelming, but they are signs that your higher self is awakening and guiding you toward your true path. Lastly, unexplained emotions, such as intense joy, sadness, or longing, can also be signs that your higher self is trying to get your attention. These emotions often arise at moments of spiritual awakening when you are being called to face a deeper truth about yourself or your life. You may feel sudden waves of gratitude, loss, or yearning, even if there is no clear external reason. These emotions can be linked to your soul's longing for purpose, for truth, for alignment with your divine mission. They are part of the awakening process, guiding you to pay attention to the emotional currents flowing through you. By tuning into these emotions, you can better understand the messages your higher self is sending. If you've been experiencing any of these signs, it is essential that you reflect on them. Are you dismissing them as mere coincidences, or are you recognizing them for what they truly are? Divine messages from your higher self. The universe is constantly trying to communicate with you, and these signs are part of that divine communication. If you've been experiencing any of these signs but haven't fully acknowledged them, now is the time to pause and listen. Your higher self is calling, and it's time to open your heart and mind to the wisdom it holds. Trust the process and know that each of these signs is leading you toward your true purpose, your divine calling. The battle between the ego and the higher self is an internal war that every chosen one must face. The ego represents the lower self, the part of you that is tied to the physical world, focused on survival, material gain, and validation from others. It is the voice that says, "You're not good enough, you can't do this," or "You need more in order to be happy." The ego thrives on fear, doubt, and the illusion of separation. It convinces you that you are alone, that you are not worthy of your divine purpose, and that change is dangerous. In contrast, the higher self is the divine, awakened aspect of your soul is connected to universal wisdom, love, and truth. The higher self knows that your true purpose is not found in material wealth or external validation, but in spiritual growth, service to others, and alignment with divine will. The ego's primary function is to keep you small, to keep you trapped in the world of fear and limitation. It doesn't want you to grow because growth means change, and change is seen as a threat to the ego's sense of control. The ego wants to keep you stuck in familiar patterns, even if those patterns are unhealthy or limiting. It wants to keep you attached to the things of this world, money, status, possessions, because these are the things that feed its sense of identity. It tells you that your worth is determined by what you have, how you look, and what others think of you. It keeps you distracted, focusing on the outside world rather than the inner world, where true peace and wisdom reside. The higher self, on the other hand, is the voice of truth that pushes you to grow, expand, and awaken to your true divine nature. The higher self knows that you are much more than your physical body, your thoughts, or your material possessions. It reminds you that you are a divine being, connected to Source, and that your true purpose lies in fulfilling your spiritual calling. The higher self calls you to rise above the fear and doubt that the ego plants in your mind and to step into your higher purpose. It knows that your soul is destined for greatness, and it will never allow you to settle for less than what you were meant to achieve. The conflict between the ego and the higher self is ongoing. The ego will resist change at every turn, while the higher self will push you to evolve and expand. The ego will tell you that you can't achieve your dreams because you're not good enough, not worthy enough, or not capable enough. It will feed you lies and manipulate your emotions to keep you small and comfortable in your limitations. The higher self, however, will remind you of your power, your strength, and your potential. It will guide you to step outside your comfort zone and take the risks necessary to fulfill your divine purpose. It will encourage you to face your fears and trust that you are capable of more than you ever imagine. Recognizing when your ego is misleading you is an essential skill in the journey of spiritual awakening. The ego speaks in the language of fear, doubt, and limitation. It often appears as a voice in your head, telling you that you're not enough, that you can't do it, or that something is too difficult. The ego is the voice that tells you to play it safe, to stay where it's comfortable, and to avoid change at all costs. It will often use your past wounds and fears against you, reminding you of times when you failed or were hurt. It will make you believe that those experiences define you and that you should avoid taking risks in the future. The higher self, in contrast, speaks the language of love, wisdom, and expansion. It is the still, quiet voice that calls you to rise above fear and to trust in your divine path. It encourages you to step into your power and take action, even when things seem uncertain or challenging. The higher self does not feed on doubt or fear. It encourages you to move through those emotions with grace and trust. It reminds you that your true power lies not in your ability to control the world around you, but in your ability to trust in divine guidance and flow with the changes that are meant to unfold in your life. One of the most powerful ways to silence the ego is through self-awareness. The more aware you become of the thoughts and emotions that arise within you, the easier it is to recognize when the ego is speaking. The ego often disguises itself as the voice of reason, logic, or practicality. It may present itself as a protective mechanism, telling you to play it safe, to avoid risks, or to stay in your comfort zone. But when you begin to listen more closely, you will hear the underlying fear that motivates those thoughts. The ego speaks from a place of fear and insecurity, while the higher self speaks from a place of love and faith. Another effective way to silence the ego is through meditation and mindfulness. These practices help you quiet the constant chatter of the mind and create space for the still, calm voice of your higher self to emerge. When you meditate, you detach from the noise of the world and the constant stream of thoughts that cloud your judgment. In this space of silence, you can more easily hear the gentle guidance of your higher self. Meditation allows you to connect with your true essence, the part of you that is divine, eternal, and connected to Source. The more you practice mindfulness and meditation, the more attuned you become to the subtle whispers of your higher self, and the easier it is to discern when the ego is trying to take control. In addition to meditation, another way to silence the ego is by taking inspired action. The ego often paralyzes us with fear, telling us that we aren't ready or that we shouldn't take risks. But when you step forward despite the fear, you begin to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than the ego wants you to believe. Taking inspired action is a powerful way to push past the ego's resistance and show yourself that you are capable of moving forward on your divine path. Even if you don't have all the answers, trust that the higher self, it will guide you as you take each step. The battle between the ego and the higher self is not one that you can avoid. It is a necessary part of the spiritual journey, and it is something that every chosen one must face. The ego will always be there, trying to pull you back into fear and limitation. But as you become more aware of its tactics and learn to recognize its voice, you will become more adept at choosing the guidance of your higher self instead. With practice, you will learn to navigate the terrain of your inner world, using the wisdom of your higher self to guide you and silencing the ego's distractions. The more you choose the path of your higher self, the stronger your connection to your divine purpose becomes, and the more you step into your true power. To strengthen your connection with your higher self, you must first realize that it is not a distant or separate entity, but an integral part of your being, always present and accessible. Your higher self is your true essence, the divine spark within you that is intimately connected with source energy. The more you tap into this inner well of wisdom, the more you can align your life with divine purpose, peace, and power. However, doing so requires intentional practice and a deep commitment to your spiritual path. Here are several powerful ways to deepen that connection. The first step is the practice of meditation. Meditation is one of the most effective ways to quiet the noise of the world and your own thoughts, allowing you to hear the whispers of your higher self. In the stillness of meditation, you allow your mind to relax, which in turn opens your spiritual channels. By focusing your attention inward, you create a space for your higher self to communicate with you. Whether you meditate in silence or use guided meditation to assist you, the practice creates the foundation for a deeper connection. The more consistently you meditate, the clearer the voice of your higher self becomes, guiding you with insights, wisdom, and clarity. Solitude is another vital component in strengthening your connection. The world is full of distractions, and the constant demands of life can drown out the subtle guidance of your higher self. Solitude gives you the opportunity to reconnect with your inner voice, free from external influences. Spending time alone, whether through quiet reflection or time in nature, allows you to align with your soul's purpose. During these moments, you can ask for clarity or direction and allow yourself to simply be present. Solitude isn't about isolation. It's about creating a sacred space where your soul can commune with your divine essence without interruptions. Asking for signs from your higher self is an essential practice. Your higher self speaks to you constantly, but you may not always recognize the signs because they can be subtle or indirect. To strengthen your connection, ask for specific signs or symbols that will give you clarity or affirmation. When you ask, be open and receptive, trusting that the universe will answer in ways that align with your highest good. These signs could come in the form of synchronicities, dreams, visions, or even subtle feelings or intuitive thoughts. The key is to stay alert and aware, cultivating the ability to recognize the divine responses when they come. Trust that your higher self is always communicating with you, and as you become more attuned, these signs will become clearer and more frequent. Raising your vibration is another powerful way to connect with your higher self. The energy you emit influences the way you connect with the divine and the world around you. When you vibrate at a higher frequency, you create the ideal conditions for spiritual guidance to flow. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to elevate your vibration. By focusing on the things you are grateful for, you shift your energy into a positive, high-frequency state that aligns you with divine abundance. Start each day by giving thanks for the gifts in your life, no matter how big or small. Gratitude opens your heart and raises your vibration, making it easier for your higher self to reach you. Fasting is another practice that can raise your vibration. While fasting may seem challenging, it is a deeply spiritual tool that can cleanse your body and mind, allowing you to receive divine guidance more clearly. When you fast, you purify yourself physically, which in turn has a profound impact on your energy field. Fasting also strengthens your discipline and willpower, aligning you with your higher self's strength and clarity. It's important to approach fasting with mindfulness and respect for your body, but when done with the right intention, it can greatly enhance your spiritual connection. Spending time in nature is a simple yet powerful way to connect with your higher self. Nature is a reflection of divine energy, and by immersing yourself in the natural world, you reconnect with your own divine essence. Whether you take a walk in the forest, sit by the ocean, or simply rest under a tree, nature provides the perfect environment for spiritual growth. It's a place where you can ground yourself, center your energy, and listen deeply to the whispers of your higher self. Nature's beauty and serenity will also help you clear your mind, allowing you to receive insights that you might otherwise miss. Purity of thought is another essential element for strengthening your connection with your higher self. The mind is a powerful tool, but when it is clouded with negativity, fear, or judgment, it can block the flow of divine guidance. To create a stronger bond with your higher self, cultivate purity of thought by releasing negative patterns and focusing on positive, empowering thoughts. This involves being mindful of the thoughts you entertain, whether they are self-critical, fearful, or judgmental. When you fill your mind with love, compassion, and positivity, you elevate your energy and create a clear channel for spiritual wisdom to flow. Discernment is one of the most important skills you can develop in your spiritual journey. As you deepen your connection with your higher self, you will start to receive more guidance and insights. However, not every thought, feeling, or impulse is divine guidance. Sometimes the mind can cloud your connection with distractions, doubts, or even ego-driven desires. Discernment helps you distinguish between divine messages and mental noise. To cultivate discernment, pay attention to the feelings and energy behind the messages you receive. Divine guidance always brings peace, clarity, and a sense of alignment with your highest good. It will never cause confusion, fear, or anxiety. When you receive guidance from your higher self, it will resonate with truth and love, and you will feel a deep sense of knowing. To develop discernment, start by listening to your inner voice and observing how different thoughts and feelings make you feel. Do they bring peace, or do they stir up fear or doubt? Trust the feelings of calm and clarity, and let go of any guidance that feels uncertain or unsettling. Trust that your higher self will always guide you in a way that aligns with your soul's highest purpose. The more you practice discernment, the easier it will become to differentiate between the voice of your higher self and the noise of the mind or ego. Finally, to strengthen your connection with your higher self, commit to a daily practice of spiritual growth. This could include meditation, prayer, journaling, or any other activity that helps you connect with your inner divinity. The more consistent you are with your practice, the stronger your connection will become. Your higher self is always there, waiting to guide you, but it requires your willingness to listen and take action. When you make spiritual practice a daily habit, you create the space for divine guidance to flow freely into your life. By incorporating these practices into your daily routine, you can cultivate a deep and lasting connection with your higher self. The more you listen, trust, and act on the guidance you receive, the more your life will align with your divine purpose. Strengthening your bond with your higher self is a journey, but with each step you take, you come closer to your true self and the abundant life that awaits you. The transformation that occurs when a chosen one fully embraces their higher self is nothing short of profound. It is a spiritual awakening that has the power to completely shift the trajectory of their life, leading them down a path filled with purpose, clarity, and divine alignment. The journey towards listening to the higher self requires trust, courage, and an unwavering commitment to the divine wisdom that resides within. As chosen ones begin to embrace their higher self, they begin to tap into a power that is far greater than their ego, and the results of this alignment are truly transformative. One of the first shifts a chosen one experiences is clarity. The higher self acts as a divine guide, illuminating the path ahead. No longer do they wander through life, unsure of their direction or purpose. The voice of the higher self brings a sense of clarity that cuts through the confusion and noise of the world. It helps them see situations from a higher perspective, allowing them to make decisions with wisdom and confidence. This clarity is a gift that can transform every area of life: career, relationships, personal growth, and even health. The chosen one who listens to their higher self no longer feels lost, but instead feels grounded and focused on their true purpose. Confidence is another profound transformation that comes with embracing the higher self. When you are aligned with your divine essence, you naturally tap into a deep sense of inner strength. This confidence is not rooted in ego or external validation, but in a firm trust in the guidance of the higher self. Chosen ones who listen to this divine voice exude a quiet confidence, knowing that they are supported by forces far greater than themselves. They are no longer influenced by the fear, doubt, or insecurity that the ego imposes. Instead, they move through the world with assurance, knowing they are walking their divine path. Along with clarity and confidence, the chosen one experiences a deep sense of purpose that permeates every aspect of their life. The higher self reveals to them their soul's mission, the reason they are here on earth. This sense of purpose is not something that can be taken away by external circumstances. It is something that comes from within, and once a chosen one taps into it, it becomes the driving force behind everything they do. Every decision, every action, and every thought is aligned with their purpose, and they no longer waste time on pursuits that do not serving their highest good. The sense of purpose that comes with embracing the higher self is incredibly empowering, as it gives the chosen one the strength and motivation to face any challenge that comes their way. Another powerful transformation that takes place is the sharpening of intuition. The higher self communicates with us through intuition, those gut feelings, inner knowing, and subtle nudges that guide us in the right direction. When chosen ones fully embrace their higher self, their intuition becomes sharper, more accurate, and more reliable. They begin to trust their inner voice with certainty, knowing that it will never lead them astray. This heightened intuition allows them to avoid pitfalls, make better decisions, and align themselves with their divine path. It becomes a guiding force that helps them navigate life with ease and grace. As intuition sharpens, the chosen one begins to manifest blessings in their life. The law of attraction comes into play as their alignment with the higher self raises their vibration and magnetizes positive energy. They attract the right people, opportunities, and circumstances that align with their divine purpose. The universe begins to conspire in their favor, bringing blessings in unexpected and miraculous ways. The chosen one no longer has to chase after success or force things to happen. Instead, they effortlessly attract what they need, knowing that everything they require is already on its way. With this newfound clarity, confidence, intuition, and manifestation power, the chosen one begins to break free from the limitations that once held them back. The ego's grip on their life loosens, and they are no longer bound by fear, doubt, or limiting beliefs. They start to see the world with new eyes, recognizing that they are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of it. This realization empowers them to take bold, inspired action toward their goals, free from the constraints of societal expectations or self-imposed limitations. The chosen one becomes unstoppable, fueled by the divine power that flows through them. Throughout history and spirituality, there have been many examples of individuals who listen to their higher self and achieve greatness. One such example is the story of Buddha. Siddhartha Gautama, who later became the Buddha, listened to the divine calling within him, which led him on a journey of spiritual awakening. He transcended the material world, broke free from the limitations of his ego, and discovered the path to enlightenment. Through his unwavering trust in the guidance of his higher self, Buddha achieved greatness and became a spiritual teacher who has impacted millions of lives for centuries. Another example is that of Martin Luther King Jr., whose divine calling led him to fight for justice and equality during the civil rights movement. His higher self guided him with clarity, purpose, and unshakable confidence, and his legacy continues to inspire generations. Martin Luther King Jr. trusted in his divine path despite the opposition and challenges he faced. His life serves as a testament to the transformative power of listening to one's higher self and embracing the divine mission that unfolds when one does. These examples from history demonstrate that when individuals listen to their higher self, they are capable of achieving greatness beyond their wildest dreams. The divine guidance that flows through the higher self is not just about personal growth, it is about making a profound impact on the world and fulfilling one's soul mission. The transformation that comes from embracing the higher self allows chosen ones to rise above the limitations of the ego and become powerful agents of change in the world. In conclusion, the transformation that occurs when a chosen one fully embraces their higher self is one of clarity, confidence, purpose, and divine alignment. They become more attuned to their intuition, begin to manifest blessings, and break free from the limitations of the ego. The examples of historical figures like Buddha and Martin Luther King Jr. show that listening to the higher self leads to greatness, not just on a personal level, but in the way it impacts the world. As chosen ones embrace their divine calling, they are not just transforming their own lives, they are transforming the world around them, and their impact will resonate for generations to come. You are not just anyone, you are chosen, and your higher self has been calling you because you are meant for something greater. This moment in your life is not a coincidence. It has arrived because you are on the verge of unlocking a deeper connection to your true self, the divine essence that exists within you.